Right, so time to do some more electronicsy stuff. I haven't done anything for quite a while. I have been doing some soldering up of things today and yesterday, so some new things are going to come, including something based on this, which doesn't actually work properly yet because this is an Arduino shield thing, because I put the wrong resistors in, so it's too dark to see. But it's going to be used for something else, but we'll come back to that. And something else that's kind of Christmassy, but it's a bit late for that, but we'll do that as well. But for now, I thought we'll try just building this thing here. So I got one of these little Makeblock mBot things a while ago. This is like secondhand, so I think it's been partly done or something like that. So just have a quick look on the inside so that I have some videos, and we're going to have lots of cool things soon because I am getting back into being organized to do this. Maybe this hasn't been opened. Alright, so this is the 2.4 gigahertz version. Oh, it's already been made, which is a bit of a shame. So there won't be much to say about it, will there? So what have we got in here anyhow? So these are spare bits. This is like the bits of the motor. There, look at that, you can see inside the yellow motor thing. And so this is the whole thing. Oh, this is unexciting because I thought I was going to get to build it. I should have taken it apart first, except I can't really build things because my hand kind of hurts. Who left it plugged in the whole time? It still works. Yeah, strange. So, what's this cable supposed to be attached to? I am assuming it's attached to here. It's very much like they're ripping off Lego Mindstorms with these things, except Lego Mindstorms uses annoying little off-center cables. We are going to do some Lego Mindstorms EV3 stuff at some point, probably NXT stuff because that's all I've got. Hey, it comes with a little gripper thing. That's quite good. I didn't think it came with anything extra. And look at that, it's half a screwdriver. So that's that's handy. Oh, it came with something else too. An LED matrix. What, man? I did pretty good to get this one because I got this quite cheap. So what else have we got? Oh, let's have a look at what we've got here. This is, I assume it's probably set up to, oh, here we go. I assume it's actually set up to drive around in circles on the black line thing. So this is based on kind of like an Arduino, I believe, with some extra bits. I can't actually see what, it does say, it definitely looks like it's an Arduino. Plus all the standard sensors and things, but you can buy all these bits. So I've actually got quite a few little robot things. So if I, hopefully one day we'll get around to making other robots that act exactly like this one, but don't cost as much. But it's nicely made, isn't it? So where did I get these wheels? I got something with these wheels on it very recently. Oh, it's no longer sitting right behind me, which is a shame. Because up until recently it had been sitting right behind me. So you've got your two motors on the bottom, which are these little yellow ones, which you can buy off AliExpress, and these little ball things, and there's like a little line sensor stuff. But of course it's quite neat, isn't it? Because you can plug all these little cables in really easily. What about these ones? So are these the ones that go to the motors? So it's a bit strange that the motor ones are actually the less chunky, smaller cables. But hey, well that's quite fine because you can plug those into many different things. And we've got a buzzer on the front, an IR sensor and an IR transmitter, and a button. Now that's handy. A button and a reset thing, and your usual circuitry. And where's the USB port on this thing? That's the important one. It's right there. It's right in front of me. And your other standard connectors. And you can solder in some stuff there and get access to some of the other pins. So I'm assuming you plug this into your computer and it just shows up as an Arduino device. Oh my goodness, I was just going to move my computer miles away. Oh, I didn't really plan this, did I, at all? So we can't actually have fun. We will do that with a computer, I think, at some point, and try and program this to do something straightforward as a kid's sort of video. But let's just have a quick look at the instructions. Let's have a look at this thing that I got, this extra bit. So I've got this thing as well. Look at that. This little grippy arm with two servos. And I don't have another cable. I do have that cable there. I feel like there should be a third cable in here, but that's alright. That looks like a pretty standard cable. well, a cable that you can make with standard tools that you don't need the slightly. So if you've never seen the Mindstorms things, they just slightly offset it. So it's offset to the side, just so that you can't use standard tools to make these cables, and you have to get things. But I've actually got a whole pile of connectors and some made-up cables, so it shouldn't be too hard. So this thing, I thought I said it was an LED matrix. This doesn't look like an LED matrix to me. Unless you can see it on this side, so you can't see, well, what's it got on the, what kind of IC is it? Oh yeah, that's definitely the LED matrix IC. And I've run out of places to plug it in. Well, okay, this one goes into one. I'm going to turn it on. What happens when you turn it on? It's like a bad idea. I was just kind of hoping there'd be some random stuff on the screen, but there's not. Okay, well that's cool. You kind of would expect that however they design this, you can't break it by doing these things. So you've got two little LEDs there. This is flashing. I don't know if I'm going to use this, right? Because I don't have any way of connecting to this 2.4 gigahertz. It's not the Bluetooth version. I don't know if that would happen in any other way. Oh, okay, the lights are on. So you can't see this, but the lights do come on. There's little lights on these things, which is quite nice. But oh, now it stopped clicking. So it's trying to do something, but then it's not doing it. Well, oh, we're going to have fun trying to get this thing to actually drive around in circles. Like you know, there's a lot of things that drive around in circles, but maybe there's something wrong with the whatchamacallit? This thing here. The wheel's not plugged in. The motor's not plugged in properly. What is this one for? This is for an external battery thing. Maybe that's for like a lithium battery. Where's the controller for the USB, I wonder? That doesn't look like one. Must be around here somewhere. Maybe it's on the other side. We should take it apart and see. There's not much on the underneath part. And there's 4 batteries. So there's like 6 volts. And it's got a strange connector. It's got this sort of smaller connector, which doesn't seem like the best kind to like why go against the grain when everybody else has that's the kind of annoying thing, when everybody else has the standard plug, which is actually we're going to plug, like, why don't they just use this plug? I'm going to plug this thing in for a second in a minute, but well, this come with this thing, so maybe we can actually, if we turn it back on again, plug it back in. Maybe it's just set up to be controlled by the it's a pretty tight fit. How does this get on? What? Alright, there we go. Okay. Alright, so if I turn it back on again, can I drive it? No, now it's gone to sleep. Now it doesn't want to do anything. Maybe it doesn't have any batteries in it. Well, that would be typical. It does have a battery in it. Maybe the battery doesn't work. Wow. It's not a very exciting video, is it? We can't get this to work. So where does this thing actually attach in the end? Well, this would be just fun to play around with anyhow. Look at that. They've got like very specialized connectors. So they've replaced the standard servo connector with a slightly different connector, which is strange, but you can solder things directly on. I wonder if that's the same size as a standard Lego hole. Do I have any Technic bricks sitting on my desk? I have a lot of Lego bricks sitting on my desk. Hold on a second. Right, because that would kind of make a lot of sense. That somehow it looks a lot like Lego bricks. So I'm just gonna pick out this one. Does this size fit? It fits. No, it doesn't fit in those holes. What a sort of letdown, you know? It's like you're so close. It does fit that hole, but that's not really what you want. Like, wouldn't it be cool if you could have attached this with Lego? Everything's Lego in my life. So I assume those screws are meant to be used to attach this. Well, where does it go? Onto here, onto the back, I guess, or onto the. Oh, wait. There's a circular thing there, and then there's a circular thing there. Does that mean they attach like that? That doesn't seem like the right place to put it. So if I move this, that looks like they want you. If only I had another one of those things. That little clear plastic bit. You could attach the servos to here and then do neat little tricks. I want this to work now. Alright, well tomorrow I'm going to set up my computer and we're going to see what we can do to get this thing to work. But first we're just going to see, what does it say in the manual? Does it actually tell you much about programming it? So it tells you a picture of how to put it together, which is being done, thankfully, because my arm doesn't like doing things like that at the moment. And then it has like pictures, forward, left. We tried that didn't work. And then it just says you have to use the Arduino programming language. So it's basically an Arduino with all the bits and pieces stuck together for you. What have we got? We got the extra bits we've got are the grippy thing and the screen thing. So really I should be doing that, since I'm taking forever to get my own little LED matrix display thing to work, to just use the standard stuff and to use the standard ICs. So you might as well use that, but then we've still got to use that little game thing that I also bought, which is based on an Arduino. Oh, and we can use this. So I'm actually quite keen to see how this interacts. So this looks just like the original Scratch stuff with the mBlock stuff added onto it. I wonder if it still works, because they've sort of upgraded. I think, isn't this another thing? Well, we'll find out. This is just me wondering about things. Let's just put the Lego back, because we don't want that sitting around. And let us just do one last thing. Actually, two last things. So we'll put this back in. I'm going to unplug it. Like, I know this is a mechanical switch, but I like to unplug things. But this is quite a sturdy feeling device. This is not going to break that easily. And it comes with the ultrasonic stuff. These things here, those things there, lots of little LEDs. I'm surprised it's got any general I/O switches left. It's got a couple. But hey, I wonder what that thing is. That little thing with BX on it. That looks like something fancy. Well, just that one thing. What does it say on the? And what's this thing for? What's the little? Oh, I know what this thing is for. So this must be the magic USB connector, essentially. So this is the 2.4 gigahertz wireless serial. So that's handy. I can plug this into the computer and then program it without plugging the cable in. And you've got a whole pile of spare screws, so I don't know if that's intentional. I wonder how well this fits with Meccano. Well, here's the Meccano piece right now, and it's not the Meccano hole. I wouldn't think it would be. I would think it would be a standard 3mm or whatever. 4mm, 5mm. These are quite large. 4mm. Not the weird ones that Meccano are, but that's pretty close. Like, you could conceivably attach Meccano pieces to it. So that's cool. Very cool. I'll put that back in the box without breaking stuff, which I'm probably going to do. And what was I going to do? What was the last thing I was going to do? We've got two last things that can go in there. I think it wasn't meant to go like that though. So this will be interesting with the clear screen on the front. I don't know what I'm going to get it to do. Probably say hello in text on the screen. Not such a useful thing. But I can't believe this is hardly being used. And why would you buy this and then buy the extra sensors if you're going to hardly use it? It must be very optimistic. Right, so last two things. This thing from last time, did I put the batteries in it? Oh no, I took the batteries out. Great, that was clever of me. thankfully I have a pile of batteries sitting around. I don't know how good they are, but this thing, I did actually solder up what I said I was going to, and I fixed the speaker by taking it out of one of those BrainBox educational set things and chopping one of those bits up, because I've got a lot of BrainBox stuff. And I was going to do some stuff on that. Not that it's very complicated, but good for like little kids. But does it work now? I think I stopped. Is it on? Does it have an on-off switch? It does. So I actually cannot work out how to play this game. And I think there's something funny with it, but it does make sounds. And you can sort of interact, but then I don't get what's going on the screen at all, or how to even start the game. And so I think that's starting it, and you can see that I can move, but makes beepy sounds, has a cool display. Sometimes it gets a bit bright, so the display seems good but flickery, but then it gets extra bright sometimes. So I think there might be still something wrong with the insides of it, but I can't tell, because I can't tell how the game's supposed to work, and it doesn't seem like a lot of fun. But hey, which is probably why I've never heard of this game before I found it today. And the last thing, I was going to dig up some batteries, except I've misplaced where I put all my batteries, so I can't do this. Which is, alright, hold on, we'll just run it off the USB. Alright, running it off the USB, and so you can't actually see this, but it's way too dim. So it should actually say an 8. You can kind of just make out that it's actually saying an 8, but that's not good enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try tomorrow. I can take this off. Yeah, whatever. Right, my terrible soldering, but I'm going to solder across some 220 ohm resistors, hopefully across here, and these are 470 ohms, and it actually says this is a 45111, this 4511. You're supposed to use 150 ohm, and I went a bit overboard and used 470 ohm, and now it's really dim, because I guess so used to like blue LEDs and all that, they're so bright no matter what you give them, what sort of current you give them. I just thought I'd play it safe. But if I put a 220 ohm in parallel underneath it, and with a 470, it comes out, when you do the calculations, to be equivalent to about 149 ohms. So that should be pretty much spot on 150, and hopefully it won't be so dim and hard to see. So anyway, thanks for watching, and more cool stuff will be coming soon. Lots of cool stuff, I hope. So bye.